Hey everybody. So I am about to walk into a speaking engagement for victims, parents, loved ones who've lost children or loved ones to homicides. So it starts at 6 o'clock. I've been here super early though, but it's about to start now, so I'm about to walk in. I was actually out already because I had a bunch of other stuff to do today. I had a lot of errands I had to run already. And, I didn't park. Did I park right? No, that ain't right. I didn't park right. I ain't park right. Let's look a little bit more. So I'm gonna try to do this as much as I can at as many speaking engagements, podcasts, panels, shows, wherever I can to bring awareness to this, because it's important, and I'm not gonna let it go. So, okay. Use other door. Well, am I going in the right way? It says use other door. I'm supposed to pull out of bushes. Maybe I'm just a little slow. I'm just gonna knock. Hey, how you doing?
You doing all right today?
I am. It's been a little hard. But yeah, I'm all right. Yesterday was
Really?
sorry yesterday. Today was okay.
Oh, you know we have those days.
Yeah.
Those days are a whole lot better.
Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, I need some water. Okay, no, that's good. Just, yeah, this is okay. No, I think that's the main, yeah.
Did you have a hard time? Be a consultant, or you talked about doing your pretty purpose full time?
Mm-hmm. Speaking at different places, schools, I mean, anybody that is, want to bring awareness to homicide and
Okay,
sex
you're gonna have to
trafficking.
have two parts. One will be your nonprofit, where you can do all the things that you do for pretty purpose. But if you're gonna make money, you have to do it as an LLC.
So that was that 501c3 we were talking about?
501c is your nonprofit. The LLC is where you can actually have income or make income. So you need to form as an LLC, Pretty's Purpose LLC.
Okay.
And then you need to do a Pretty's Purpose
501c3
nonprofit. So that's where you can get donations
Okay.
through the nonprofit.
Okay. Okay, and then I can actually do the speaking as
That'll be your
income. I got you. Okay. Yeah.
Because on the nonprofit side, you can fundraise and people can donate, do all that stuff on the nonprofit side. But the other part, when you go do speaking engagements and stuff like that, I mean, that's your income. You can do with it whatever you please.
Okay,
But those
right.
donations, you have to be mindful of because of Iris.
Yeah, Iris.
Iris don't be playing, so.
Right.
Because of Iris, you just have to make sure you keep those separate.
And with the nonprofit, like with the, going through the IRS and stuff, I mean, what does that have to go to? What does that go to, like building funds, like, like stuff like that with the, hey, how you doing?
It goes to,
hard day today for me. I ain't gonna lie. I did a lot of crying yesterday and today. Yesterday was worse than today though. Yesterday was, ooh, Lord. Because I went to a grief share class. It's a grief share class, and I really needed it because I was trying to figure out how to live like this. You have to learn how to live like this. You just don't know how to do this. This is something that I have to learn how to live this way. And
You want a mustard and some water?
how you doing?
You want ice, you know?
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
Well, have a seat. We're still waiting on a couple of people to show up.
Oh, okay. I won't sit over the muffins.
You don't want to be up?
Yeah.
But, so your 501c3, it's, there used to be a long form, and now there's a short form that only takes a few minutes to complete. The IRS has been backed up, so it may take a couple of months before you get that back. But it comes with a lot of benefits. So once you get 501c3, then that means that you can get like software at discount. You can get computers. All this stuff comes at discount when you get 501c3. So that's the reason why the IRS manages it so well is because number one is donors.
Yeah, it has to go to.
And for donors, that gives them some security. That
Where it's
they're
going.
giving something to someone that has gone through the process of 501c3.
Oh, okay.
Now, I think the short form, the 1023 short form is like 200 and...
Right, it's like 200 something, yeah.
Excuse me, the
And the long form is
much
600,
longer than
yeah.
that. Much more than that. But, for people that just start out, I would suggest that do the short form because it goes by how much money you raise. And most people don't raise $50,000 in the first year.
Yeah, the first year, okay.
So,
okay.
And then you can go back and adjust.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
And so the LLC part is, it's just like a
Business.
small business. And, a woman-owned, black-owned small business. There are a lot of benefits for black-owned and female
Oh, okay.
businesses. So, yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Paula, this is Miss Chantel Johnson. She lost her son on January 23rd. September 23rd, I'm sorry.
September 23rd.
September 23rd. And this is Miss
Redmond, Shakira
Redmond. And she lost her daughter on May 31st.
May 31st.
On my birthday.
Oh,
May 31st.
On May 31st.
All right.
And what's your story?
y'all.
What's your story? What's your story? Did you
lost
lose
my son? Yep, and it was I'm terrible with dates. I don't know what they are terrible with dates.
Yeah.
But right before the ice storm, right during the ice storm.
Oh, I remember them times. That was in early this year, January, when that storm was hitting. Yeah, they were. I'm sorry about all of this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tragic.
And I lost my daughter in 2017, March 14, 2017.
Are you y'all going to any like grief counseling or like classes or nothing?
No, I told them to get up and go to church. I'm
going
serious.
To shoot right.
You want your shoe right?
That's where I go.
Yeah, that'll help too.
I said you went to the
Rage Room.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I went to the Rage Room and we filmed it too, because they making the film about Pretty. So we got that on film and stuff too, and some, different motion, because it's really good and it helps you release a lot of anger.
Where is it?
It's off of Terry Road.
Oh, really? You hear that? Rage Room.
Yeah, it's like a rage room where you can go in there, and she had these rooms set up where you can just throw glass, bottles, plates, bang up computers, TVs, whatever you want to bang up and get your rage out. And then after you get it out, you naturally gonna have a breakdown, or like you just get it out. And then she has a room. I'm gonna have to do that too.
I was there before this happened.
Okay.
That was my stress release before it happened. So
I always
now-
wanted to do that.
So now it's show enough
Yeah, full. Yeah.
It showed up.
How much does that cost?
My stress reliever. That's the only one.
It depends on
that
the
works.
items. It's only like $15 if you want like small items to throw, and then if you want like the rage package, it's called enrage package, and I think that was $25. And you can and you could throw bigger things like plates, bottles, you can bang up TVs and stuff. And then they got the like a rage something different package, and that was $55. And I think it's you get more stuff for that, but I didn't do that, so I don't know what it is, but. The one I had for $25, it was good. I mean, they give you bats, golf clubs, whatever you want to. And you completely suited up. You got a helmet on so you won't get hurt. You suited up. They give you boots so you won't step on the glass that you done broke. And then after you get through with that, you're probably gonna have a release, emotional release, an emotional release. And then they put you in a room with a rocking chair, like whatever, soft music, just whatever you need to calm down and give you what. Yes, and it is so good, and you just rock in the chair and you just release it, and it's just like, it is so refreshing. It is so good. People need it. And I was telling nobody knows about it. That's what I was telling her. It's like ducked off too. You wouldn't even know it was there if
Off of Terry Road. Which end of Terry Road?
I always been a force to be.
The end going towards Byron.
They just been my
It's
character.
ducked off right there where that Family Dollar, and it's a Dollar General right there in the gas station. It's off Elton Road. So when you make that turn off of Elton Road, you go down there, you're gonna hit Terry Road, and it's right there. It's gonna be a Family Dollar and a Dollar General,
Okay,
and
down up
it's
in
in
there,
that low thing, in that low dip.
circle. Okay.
And she's right there at the end, and it is so good. And they even have boxing things that you can just box it out.
Boxing all that.
Yes, all of that. They got games you can play, and she has it where she has a group of young men that comes every Thursday, or either like every third Thursday or something, and they actually come and they play games. They get out their stress and stuff. Instead of taking out on the street, they actually find other ways to do it and play games with each other, and stuff like that, instead of warring against each other. It's really good. People need it, and I think it was really helpful because I was built up. I had a lot of anger.
Information, because so many people just to be able to just. Sometimes you just need to just
Release.
So
Yes,
sometimes
it
you
do
just
be
need to
heavy.
just hit somebody.
Yeah, that's why, and I be trying, and that's why I think that's a great avenue to do that, and
And it doesn't cost that much.
it doesn't cost that much, and you can schedule to come in, and she'll listen to your story, and then once you break things, if you want to write something on whatever you broke, you can put it on the wall. She puts it in the frame, and like it has so many. It's like a telephone up there, and somebody had banged it up or something. And she put that up there, and it says something about never call me again or something like that. But I had broke up this mirror. You can see yourself in this mirror, and that's the first thing I think I bashed. And the piece that I souvenir is it was cracked in the middle, and then I wrote unbroken, and then I wrote a heart with Pretty's name on it. And she put it in the frame, and so it's like everybody's sentimental things is in this, and it's just so good. It's just really a really good thing. Kids, and I have
And the
it.
name of it is
A rage
the
room.
Rage Room.
And her name is Marcy.
From what I see.
I'm looking a mess.
Yeah.
Stop here. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you, Lord, that you are in control of everything. And Lord, we just ask you, Lord, to be with us as we meet tonight, and Lord, just that you would give us understanding and wisdom, and Lord, time to share with each other and to encourage each other. We just ask that you guide us, Lord, through this time. We ask your blessings. We ask your understanding, Lord. We thank you for who you are, for how we be your children, Lord. We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
So, hopefully, I know Miss Green said that she's on her way. So, what we wanted to do was, first of all, y'all know Grammy Justice. Miss Potter probably doesn't know anything about Grammy Justice. Grammy Justice is an organization that I started as an advocate for mothers or parents that have lost their children to violence. And I initially started it when once I had to go through the process with Lexi and losing my daughter, and I just knew that there were people just like me that we needed each other, and we needed resources that I did not have when I went through the process. So it's some exciting news. we partner with Jackson Leadership Foundation. And Jackson Leadership Foundation has basically asked, what do we need? And so part of us getting here today is to find out what we need. You know, what does each individual person need? They have the resources that I don't have, but they've taken me under their wing, Grandma Justice under their wing, and we can get some things done. They have attorneys, they have counselors, they have burial plots, they have anything that we need that you know these families need. Then they're coming alongside Grandma Justice and providing those needs. Now this is what I did. And I know some of this stuff y'all probably already know, right? So this is an intake form that kind of gives a brief idea of exactly what you need. And each one of y'all need to fill that out.
Oh, yes, I need that.
Okay. And I'm sure y'all already know this, but I didn't know this when I was going through the process. This is a copy of your rights as a crime victim.
Okay.
Yes,
Really?
this is what I was telling you about my client that's in the AG's office. You know, that's where he was, you know, when he sent me that package for me to fill out, but he was telling me, you know, most people only know about the burial part. They don't know about the lost wages and all that other stuff.
Well, I have that too. I have that too. But this you need to know in regards to your case. Because I did not know the rights that I had in regards to my case. I did not know they had to talk to me before they did a plea. You know, I didn't know all of that.
Yeah,
I just
they
went
didn't
through
do
the
me like that
process
either.
blindsided and
Right.
just going by what they told me.
Yeah.
And the little brochure that they gave me, the writing is so small till you can't tell what it is. That's when I blew the writing up. So this shows exactly what your rights are as a victim. And so that when you guys get home, I want y'all to go through this and look at this and know your rights when you have to go through this process.
Okay.
That's the second thing. All right. So this is that victim's compensation packet. Now, I put this part on the front so you'll know who's eligible and you know everything that they pay. This goes up to 3 years after the death. So all of these benefits are given by the state of Mississippi. All you have to do is complete this application.
I already did mine.
You did yours
Yeah, I
already?
did
That's
mine
what
too.
my boss gave me.
Yeah, have you done it?
I didn't even know about it.
Oh,
Yeah, they won't tell you. And I had to go up there and ask them for that. I had to ask the mayor, and then,
I did too.
yep,
Yeah, see, I
they won't
see-
tell you
You
that.
know who told me? The funeral home told me.
Really?
Yeah, but
The funeral home filled this out for
For
me.
me, yeah.
They
Really?
paid for the burial
yeah,
expenses.
that's how they get paid.
They'll reimburse you if you've already paid for it. Yeah.
You need to, and this is
Yeah,
all
see, I
of the
work for a
things. They
guy
pay for lost
in
wages.
attorney.
They pay for children.
Oh, you do?
They pay for all of that. They have kids, and they were employed and had children, and they get benefits from that. So all of that is for.
And can I see one of those too? Cause make sure that's the same one that I had gotten. Cause I did fill out one, and it was so much.
You haven't filled it out. You need to fill that out. And for those of you that are in the process of trying to figure out what's going on with your case, this particular questionnaire came from an attorney of some questions that you need to be asking.
I don't think I got this one.
For your detective.
No, I didn't get this one.
You didn't get that? Are
Well,
you
one
sick?
of these is not on here. Like this right here, I don't remember this. This is not on there. It
Well,
seemed
you
like I
need to-
remember this first page where you're looking like this, but I don't know.
You need to fill that out. And if you get a dual, that's fine. Send it in there anyway. Fill it out and make sure that they got that. A lot of it is that people just don't know. You know, you're a victim and you're grieving and you don't know what your rights are.
Yeah, or
You
what to
know,
do.
You're going through this process kind of blindsided. So what we want to do is to be able to provide as many resources as we can so that all of us can be made whole.
Right.
So once you complete this intake form, then I'm gonna take this form to Jackson Leadership Foundation. Actually, I had a meeting with them today to try to find out where we need to be going. And so once I know individual cases, there is an attorney that's gonna look over this and look at what you guys have already and tell us where we need to go from there. You've already
Okay.
seen that, too. And Mr. White, you never seen that?
No,
Are you serious?
very serious, yeah.
See, I wouldn't have known about it if it weren't for John Coletti's son. You know, he worked down now. So Sherwood had, remember I told you he had the lady who processed these applications. He had her to call me. And she the one who built it to my P.O. box. And I printed out everything. And I just mailed this back out last week. Because there's a part on there, one part that I had to get notarized.
It's on the very back, just to say notarized.
Yeah.
Notary.
Yeah, see, I went to the credit union and got it notarized.
Well, if y'all need anything notarized, y'all come to me. I'm a notary public, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went to the credit union and got mine notarized and mailed it out. Yep.
I'm here, okay.
Yeah, it was about 3 weeks, and I knew I should have been getting something because I didn't know what to do, where to go. I was just lost, and there was no programs.
I've been a housekeeper right there in Fondren, Bellhaven, East over Northeast Jackson for 28 years. So I've been working for a lot of people.
A lot of people, yeah.
You know, got good jobs and good resources. And when this happened, I raised my son in their house, so they more devastated than I am. They're just like one of my bosses. This is her dad and her granddad used to be the sheriff of Hines County in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And she the 4th generation, and she a lawyer now. And she sent me this tonight. She said, I got emails for you for the Attorney General office and the district attorney.
I cannot remember nothing. I don't know. My memory is getting so
average
bad.
attorney, you know, in Jackson started off at 40%. But I've been working for her family for 20-some years.
Here, got you. Has there been any legal proceedings so far?
Did they sign out? Who did that to your son?
Yes,
About your case so
That's
far?
impressive. People who did my son, they still in love.
Hey.
How y'all doing?
All right, how you
How you
doing?
doing?
Got something to fill out?
Yes, ma'am.
Trying to stay busy, I got you.
Come on, sit right there.
I've been crying a lot. My
she
face
just-
a little swollen. I've been crying.
It just scattered out.
Oh, okay.
But no, you can sit there. Yeah, you can sit there.
I'll be right here. I can see everything. Everything you do right. Y'all doing all right?
Yes, ma'am.
How you doing?
I can't think. I can't think for nothing.
Would you like a muffin?
Hey, how you doing?
Water? I'll take a water. Thank you so much. What kind of some brand muffin? You made them too? No. Everything else? My admin assistant made those for me today. She knew. You want some water? Oh, you gotta come. You want some brand muffin? They are pumpkin cheesecake.
Hey, how you doing?
They're really good.
How you doing?
I tell you what, I'm gonna move on.
Oh, man, you finna serve. I wait till you serve.
They're just for the giddy. Please take them. If I have to take them, I'll eat them all day long. And I don't need that. So, Ms. Green, if you would sit over here, then I can make sure that you get in here with everybody else. So, this is Miss Betty. Miss Betty, what's your last name? Tyler. She is a licensed therapist.
That's your,
That was my oldest son.
yeah. The one I remember. The one I knew.
Y'all know each other?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I told you I'm born and raised here. Whole generation. It ain't too many folks that ran around these parts. I don't know.
Yeah, I tell y'all what. Let's do this. Let's stop this for a minute. Let everybody get up and tell us who you are and tell us about your child. Let me get my thing out.
See, we go by nickname.
Well, that's fine. Hold on. I need to be documenting this stuff.
Yeah.
That was my oldest too.
Chris was your oldest?
Chris was my oldest.
Oh, I didn't know he was your oldest.
Yep. The oldest always everybody baby.
Cause they the one that made you a mama.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, ladies. Okay, man, we're gonna start with Mr. Pollard since he's the old man.
My name is Samuel Pollard Sr. My son was Samuel Pollard Jr. He got killed right during an ice storm. My guy fighting with another boy and got shot, passed away. Yep, trained him in carpentry, in work skills, just in the neighborhood, and just 100% unexpected. He was just devastated.
How old was he?
32 years old.
32. Here in the city of Jackson.
Yes, here in the city of Jackson.
Do you know the number of homicide victim that he was? What number that he was about it? And early in that year, he was like, what, maybe like the 5th homicide this year. Do you know anything?
I don't know the number, but
Okay.
yeah. And my cousin told me, and matter of fact, they even had it on a
Yeah.
documentary that they was having.
Oh,
And my
okay.
sister called me and recorded it.
I'm not good.
Has anyone been arrested?
Yes, the young man who shot him was arrested, yes.
Okay. And where are you in the process of that?
Right now, just trying to get my daughters and my grandchildren. He had 3 children, and so we just working with them and his wife. Just working with them and my ex, just trying to get through it. So yeah, so we meet, we talk, and not often. We meet and talk and trying to get through it.
Yeah.
Had a balloon release in the park about 3 weeks ago.
Okay. And it's good for the kids too.
Yeah, time of prayer and get together.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Pollard, someone has been arrested. They have been charged.
They have not quite been. They were saying it's like self-defense because he went to the young man's house.
Mississippi don't have a self-defense law.
Yeah.
We never had one. People think that. I've been a housekeeper for lawyers in Georgia since I was 15 years old. So I actually know the law like the back of my hand without even attending law school. So a lot of people in our community, they think that Mississippi has a self-defense law, but we never had a self-defense law. What we had is justifiable homicide. And then Haley Barber came back and twerked those sections under that. And that's when he added the council law. You know, when we was young, you used to hear your granny say, you know, if you shoot him, you bring him through the threshold. Now, after Haley Barber passed the council law, things changed under that section only.
Yeah.
So it goes back to the water meters. You know, a long time ago when we used to stand on the corner doing drugs in that era, the smart dealers, we knew, don't go past the water meter. If the police pull up and call you outside of that curb and you dirty, that's how they used to trap you and you used to get sale cases. But if you stayed in a yard behind the water meter, that's what made it private property. So therefore, if you didn't go out to the police, he never had proper cause to come up in a private property to be able to search you to see what you had on you. You know, so it's the pretty much like a knowledge, you know, and then with him pleading self-defense with a law that ain't even on the books, and the way 9 times out of 10 he had to confess to it. And in the laws, they so quick to plea out. You know, I have seen cases where capital murder was on the line, case was solid, and they come in and make a deal and plea it down to manslaughter, and where it would have been 20 to life, or life without the possibility of parole, now you drop it down to manslaughter, and it's only 5 to 7 years. When you can get aggravated assault, and aggravated assault automatic carry 20 years. You know, it's all a game, similar to the DUI that just happened that's in the news now. They charged her with aggravated. That should have never been a charge. It should have been vehicle homicide times 2. But when I sat there and I read the article from the start to the finish and sat there and meditated with my people in my head on, because I'm a thinker, if you go back and look at each time she got off, it was a special judge that was called in on the cases. Not the ones that we voted in, or not the ones that our mayor elected. This was a special judge called in. So not only was the white power flexed, the friendly favors was flexed too. But I have also seen that on the flip side. When I stayed off of 18, it was a white man, had a 19-year-old son. I can remember like it was yesterday. He sat on the side of 18 every day ever since his boy had died. He would sit there on my way going home. I would pass him sitting off over there to the side. He didn't have no money. He was white, but he didn't have no white power. And guess what? It was a black girl that come through there, DUI, drunk, come cross the lane, hit that car head on, killed that white man child who didn't have no money. She went and hired a top-notch lawyer, and she got out. So I done seen both things happen. It's like nobody is doing what's right anymore. The legal system, as Ms. Felicia said, it's not about the truth, the facts, and the false and the fiction anymore. It's about the W. And then when someone holds everybody accountable, the judge, everybody, because when they come across a character, a person like myself, my granny told me everybody got a boss. And nobody would override juries. So when I'm standing in front of these people with all of these titles, the mayor, the district attorney, the judge, the House of Representatives, the legislator, to me, they just little. When I walk in that room, they just little to me. None of their titles, and when I tell you none of them, override mine as a mother. We all have our role. We all have our title. And that is who my character have been to the state of Mississippi for 25 years. So nothing about who I am gonna change. So yeah, when you see me getting out of my car, you pulling your blinds down and you getting out the way. Cause you just like the devil. She woke. She done got up. You know, we got to do a plan on her today. Cause she got something working with us. So when I go before these people and I fight these people, they never seen a mother like me before. Because everybody operate out of fear.
Mm-hmm. That's what's going
They
on.
operate out of fear from somebody gonna do this.
Yep.
Somebody gonna do that. If I tell the truth on it, you know,
Yep.
I tell my culture all the time. What's going on in Jackson? One thing that they cannot blame is the white man.
Mm-hmm.
We have all black leadership.
That's what I was saying. We
All
sure
black
do.
leadership.
Yep.
You know, I tell people, look at Bear Haven and look at Fondra. They are growing. They are going right before your eyes. And you know what? Most of them over there are Democrats. They need the hood to get anything done. The hood is Democrats too. But the hood won't get out and vote to even help the white middle class that's right over the bridge from them, such as fortification.
Because they don't
Fortification
understand.
bridge literally separates middle class Democrats from the hood, ghetto fam Democrats. All of these people get out and vote.
Yeah, but see, when we don't get out and vote, because Democrats, we have the word, we have the people. But if we don't come together, just because you're voting Democrat and you're not coming together, it's not going to change anything. We have to come together because that's a democracy. Right, that's what I'm saying.
Won't even come out.
Right.
But they so quick,
They don't know we have the power.
but they so
It's in the
quick
people.
to blame the white man
Yep.
for this and blame the white man
Yeah.
for that. But they're just like
Don't
I
do
said,
nothing.
if the police shoot you down, people not even in the politics will stop doing what they're doing. They will give it their church members, they will give it this, they will give it that. We got to do this, we got to do that. Same thing if a white man shoot a black person. They lose their minds. But when it's black on black crime, here go Miss Ella grandson. You done watch this lady, you know her grandson, you do this, you seen her, she done fed you, she done took it, she done gave you medicine and everything. And you know what happened to her child. And
But
you
they
won't
won't say
say
that.
a word. You see what I'm saying? So when I call you out on it, in front of all of the people that look like me, then Miss Johnson is known as the white folks lover or the rich black folks lover. But they also so quick to say, judge a person by the character and not by the color of the skin, what Martin Luther King say. But the minute you start doing it and holding them accountable, see, they don't want no change. They don't want none. I told the chief of police this. My son was 109th homicide in Jacksonville.
Miss Murray, I'm gonna call you back in a minute.
It has been 126
26,
murders
yep.
this year.
Yep.
Don't you know, for my son's funeral, I come outside. This how much, how I had my feet on their necks. How you gotta put salt up under their butt. They hit my son's body for over a month and a half before I can even do it. Chris died on the 23rd. On the 24th, I've been going down there every single day. See, my consistency is deceiving consistency. Sometimes I go down there, I don't even want to see nobody. I just sign my name. Mr. Young, you know Mr. Young, the security guard that sit right there, that's been knowing us since we were knee-high to a duck. Mr. Young, the security guard right there. Mr. Young knew my grandmama. He know everybody. And he told me. So the day of the funeral, my neighbor called me. My neighbor said, what is going on, Chantel? I said, what you talking about? He said, you got 15 cars in front of your house, county and city. I said, 15? He said, you got 15 cars and all of them standing at attention like this. I wasn't even dressed. I go outside with my robe. I said, I look this way, I'm talking about all the way down, walking dry, filling up my name thing. I went back in there, I told my cousin, I said, now you see what my pressure doing? While you were talking about don't apply pressure to them, what other mother have they give escort like this for? It's been 126 murder here. Why is 15?
That's the whole point about it.
But my thing is, my
All
boy
of
went in
them.
on military.
All of these mothers deserve the same.
That's the point that I was making this for
treatment
me.
and the same exact rights as any other person, because all of our rights are the same. And for them to do one way,
Exactly.
and another way is not
But
right.
that, but see,
It is
I
not
had
right.
to. But see,
But you shouldn't have had to
But
do
see,
that.
That's what they should have something set up already to help.
But see,
They know
nobody
we're on the
believed me
list who have
when
had homicides, and we are the
told them.
parents. So why don't they reach out to
But see,
us?
nobody believed me.
Nobody has
when I
ever,
kept telling them
nobody
Yep,
ever,
me
no
neither.
detective ever contacted me when my baby was
to
born.
these people. If you
Never.
don't apply
Yeah,
first,
I went down and I stayed down there.
you gonna be another number. It's gonna be another case.
Yep.
They don't care.
They didn't do nothing, and they told me that you cannot sue the police department if they don't investigate a crime. That's what the lawyer told
And let
me.
me
You
tell you
cannot
something
even
else
sue
I
them
did.
if they don't
When you go
investigate.
to the funeral home, they give you that sheet. Let me tell you what I did. 10 things on that sheet as a Hines County taxpayer. What I tell you, Miss Felicia?
About when now?
When I went to West Haven and they gave me that sheet.
Oh,
And they took me a picture of that sheet.
West
I said,
Haven.
right there, baby. And let me tell you something. I called the mill. And I called all of them. And I told them, let me tell you something, I'm born and raised here. I'm not paying for that. I'm not paying for that. I'm not paying for that. And I stood on it. And I didn't pay for it. I wasn't paying for no escort. I don't have got a taxpayer. But I look like paying for an escort for a friend, and I later him. That was $375. The tent to go at the graveyard with the church. I'm a taxpayer. You think I'm gonna pay for that? See, I went in there with my demands. I went in there and let them know. See, that gift that God gave me, ain't nobody making.
But see, they do that for certain people because I did the same thing when I went to the funeral home, and I basically couldn't do anything because the other party, they were paying for it, which I told them I could pay for half of it too, just so I can make decisions if I need to make decisions. They wouldn't let me do nothing.
Everything they had on that sheet, baby, I sat there and looked at that sheet. I got my ink pen.
Yeah, that didn't happen
and I
for
did like
me.
a school teacher.
They didn't do that.
And I
Like they have favorites. They have people who they favor and who is in it with the church, and they got this going on, and how much money you got, and you can do this and do that, and nobody else. It's a favorite thing. It's not based on
Yeah.
500.
Yeah, let's kind of,
Yeah, I don't know nothing about 500.
65.
They didn't give my son nothing.
Yeah, but you said 500. What now? You talking about this?
The church, they didn't give my son anything. They said because he was on parole.
She was a felon.
Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
get this if you're on parole.
And I'm like,
yeah.
okay, well, he's the victim, but I'm also the victim. I had to come up, me and my family, we had to
Right.
come up with the money to pay for it. And the only reason why we didn't have to pay that much, because my son went to West Haven too, I went to West Haven.
Me too.
Is because a gentleman that worked at West Haven knew my son, and he helped me out there. So he was the only reason why. He the one that referred me to West Haven. So he helped my son, and they had dropped the price because I was looking at $7,500, but they dropped the price down to $3,000. So that's the only reason why.
So here's the other thing, is one of the resources that we do have now is that we made a connection with I and Lee that will charge us all of the charges that West Haven killing us.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
They're just killing the black community. So we've
Well, I
made,
don't know them all.
yeah,
Even
but
Jackson
I
Memorial.
But West Haven's black owned.
Yeah,
If it's black
Memorial,
owned,
they
one
tried
of the
to.
members here that did not have
Oh, I
burial
know that.
insurance, y'all know how much it cost us to bury her? $1,400.
Oh, I love all them leaves.
$1,400.
And they the only one that have a crematorium now that right in Ferguson that went out of business.
So that's some of the things that we need to talk about.
And they got the
Is the
best
fact that
mortician. They got the best
The
mortician
resources
around.
that we need,
because-
for me, that's open for me. But for every other mother that I come in contact with, I want them to be armed with as much as they can so that they can be made whole. And so we have to kind of figure out what those needs are. So we need to figure those out. Number one, Mr. Pollard. So he has pled. Is he out? Is the person
Yeah,
out?
he's out.
He's out on bond.
Yeah.
He had on bond.
Yeah. He's
What?
out, you know. And they did a trial.
Who was the judge?
Tommy Green, probably.
I don't know.
You don't know.
so if your
Okay,
son,
Mr. Pollard, you don't need to find out, okay?
Okay.
You're gonna have to find out. You're gonna have to find out all of this stuff. You need to fill
They
this
trying
out.
to tell me that about my son.
And then you need to call the detective, whoever do you know who the detective is? You need to call him, and you need to ask all the, you need to write down the answers to all of these questions.
Mr. Freddie.
Whenever you talk to him, you write down all of these answers. You need to know this. You have the right to know
I'm gonna
this.
get my
You
son
know.
body, and I'm gonna lay it on the
And then you
floor
need to
with
fill
my
that other form out. This form right here.
Cause like this one, they held my son for a minute. So when
told
we
you
did
you got
have
1
his
or 2
surgery,
hours.
he
You
didn't
ain't
even
gonna
look
pay
the
for
same.
this
My baby girl, the one that was close to him, when she seen him, she broke down and cried. She said, "That's not my brother. That's not my brother." Cause he didn't look the same. Cause they held his body for so long.
So how long did it take for you?
My son was murdered July 17th. He was the only murderer that day. Cause when I went to Detective Nash office and I
Detective
seen the
Nash.
counselor,
Yeah, that's who I
Nash
got.
Detective Nash, mine too, and Detective Caston and Nash.
Oh.
They are. Let me tell y'all, I've been
Is that
getting
your detective?
so much running around.
Nash?
All of
I'm sure
us.
yeah, I believe it.
Wow,
Miss Felicia.
that's why
what
ain't
did I
nothing getting
tell you?
done.
Didn't I tell you one number 3 up there?
Mm.
Now you see why I
Sad,
keep my
man.
feet on their neck?
It's a problem. They do
'Cause
not
guess
give me
what?
answers. It's
That's
they act like
why
I'm a
they
bother
expose
to them.
But you know what? That's why I exposed him. That's the main reason why I told him, let me tell you something, don't play with me. And I told him in front of the chief.
He's not working on your case.
You know what
I'm glad
time.
y'all are all.
He ain't working on
This is, I
nobody's
thought
case.
I was the only one. Yeah, he's not working on the cases.
that
He's
came and
not.
told me my son, he's no longer with JPD. See, I didn't know he was a detective because he gave me his personal number and the number to get in contact with. So while I'm trying to call him, text him to see what's going on with my son, I didn't know he was no longer employed with JPD. He had left. So I didn't know who my son detective was. I know I'm calling, nobody telling me nothing. So they telling me Detective Nash. So I finally went down there to see him. And that's how I ended up in his office. And I seen the calendar that had 2020 calendar on his
With the
wall.
red and the green
Oh, he's
dots.
the one that
And
you
I
talked
seen,
about.
I looked at July.
The
and
red
I said,
and the green,
yep.
the
He
red and the
said,
green
yep.
dots sometimes.
And they had like
I know you
one
tell the
day,
truth. I just was in
one
there
day
Thursday.
it had like 3, 4, 5 of them.
I know.
And all that. And I looked on July 17th and I see TG on there. And I asked him what do the green dot mean. He was like, that's every murder that happened. And my son was the only green dot on
That
July
was on that
17th.
day.
Yeah, and stuff. And that's how I ended up. He transferred, told somebody named Detective Triplet to.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and every time I tell somebody that detective name, they say you need to get another detective on your
Well,
side.
guess
And
what?
then Detective Caston ran for sheriff.
It ain't,
I couldn't believe
He
it.
was running for sheriff when
I couldn't
he got
believe it.
hurt.
it ain't no.
He think
it
he done
ain't
got
nobody else to
a
get.
boy.
Yeah,
See, that's the thing.
That's the reason
But
why we
see-
need a private.
But see, the thing about
Private
Nash,
investigator.
I've been knowing Nash now long as we've been in Jacktown. See, I remember Nash when he was a nurse. A lot of folks don't know. He just got in the police field in the last 6 or 7 years. Other than that, he was a nurse. Okay.
Not speaking that now. He's been out a long time. But I know, I can say personally, I know family members that were having a problem with him 20 years ago. So he moved up the rank. I don't know.
No,
Yeah, he's Cash's supervisor. Yeah, he's a supervisor of Caston.
yeah, this
the
national.
one that you talking about is old school.
Yeah.
The one you talking about been moved up.
Yeah, but
He
still,
come
he
from-
may have moved up, but a lot of his cases still is unsolved.
Right. But see, Caston, when they put Caston on my son's case,
Caston is a
I
mess.
went to Caston.
Caston a
And I
mess.
found out that he was running for sheriff.
Yeah, that blew me. When I saw that,
See, my husband's family know him. My brother-in-law has a baby, has 2 kids by his sister.
You
He
know
called-
him.
Yeah, he's supposed to
Look
be
at
working
me.
on cold cases.
You know him.
Yeah.
Let me tell you who people that is. And you look at me when I say that. There's new main Caston people.
Yeah.
Okay, guess what? Guess what I just had to tell him in front of the chief? Let me tell you something, dude. Don't play with me. Your whole family been selling dope in the Queens and Pregnant Hill for the last 30 years. Talk that to somebody else. Because right now, the people in my head are telling me to grab you by that tie and you coming down them stairs with me. So, Come on, take Miss Johnson on downstairs, before y'all won't take me out.
Yeah.
See, you better find that with somebody.
Boy.
I'm telling you again, I'm born and raised him.
You got
Jackson ain't
yours.
no 3 sides.
These are your questions. that you
Yeah,
need
and
to
you know
ask.
what? The funny thing is, I've asked these questions and none of these have been answered because they left her car at a gas station. And I asked them where the security cameras, all of that. I even went back up to the gas station to ask where the camera was, and the guy wouldn't tell me, the owner of the gas station, and neither would Detective Cassie. He wouldn't tell me anything.
Well, if he's not asked, if he's not doing what he's supposed to do, you need to ask him that too.
I got a complaint paper to fill out on him. I haven't filled it out yet because I just wasn't sure,
Maybe we
but.
need to get one for everybody.
Yeah, you
All of
can
us.
get complaint forms, and they'll send you one in the mail, a complaint form.
Okay.
I'm like,
So you got
what's
this.
going on? I haven't heard
Wow.
anything.
They ain't working on it.
Yeah, he's not working on the cases. He not,
Let me tell you how they working
and
on
he
my
thinks
boy.
somebody gonna vote for him. And why would we put somebody in that's not keeping up on our cases? And
They
you
had
know,
3 witnesses. One, Lewis went down there and talked to him. I text Nash to see did the 2 brothers come. I've been applying so much pressure in the streets to where I done made witnesses go down there and tell the police.
yeah, they won't look at my witnesses. Yeah, they won't. They won't look at my witnesses.
Went down there. But see, you shouldn't have to give them an ultimatum.
Right? They should be doing the detective work
That's why-
themselves. We shouldn't be
that's
doing it
why-
for them.
You know me. So one thing that they know about me, you gonna do a job. The question is, who you gonna do it on? Is you gonna do it on them? Or is you gonna do it on this?
And they told me it's a shortage of police. That's what they told me.
Well, my boy,
Exactly. They need to be hiring people for these things.
He'll graduate this Friday.
But,
So I'm sure enough ain't going nowhere. I'm working my oldest boy homicide. My second son finna come out of Jackson Police Department this Friday. His goal is to be an FBI, so he finna do all his little footwork along with going to Jackson State, getting his bachelor's degree at the same time. So, like I told the chief, I'm finna have a son on there. You see this iPhone? I changed the police name. I put that scan on. And I'm a concerned citizen. See, when you listen to that 911 and you hear somebody say a concerned citizen say that car that you looking for, that would just shoot. That's what me and my homegirls do. That's how we come. Guess what? You at your girlfriend's house, you at your boyfriend's house, ain't no JPD officers from where they supposed to be at. So if you got some citizen eyes on you, like I told the chief and the mayor, I love the great old state of Mississippi. See, in the state of Mississippi, you still can do a citizen's arrest. See, in the state of Mississippi, I can hold these criminals at gunpoint till you come get them.
I need you to fill that paper with the red on it.
You
Because I
know,
need to take that
it's
back.
just, you shouldn't have to do that though. That's just like I said on Oak James show.
My phone finna die.
Yo, no, it's finna.
And another problem is like, look how many people here today.
I told you.
People don't.
You know.
They,
Out of all 126,
they're not ready to talk about it. Or,
and they're scared, or either they, you know.
Get anything
Hey, look.
done.
I think we should get a list of all of the people that have had homicides and reach out to all of them. That's what they should be doing to us, but they're not. So maybe we should do it.
Ask for a list. In your list.
Well, I got a list of all. Well, I got a list of all the victims. I don't know their family members, but I got a list of all the victims. Yeah.
her son, her brother,
Yeah.
and a friend were murdered. I tried to talk to her and tell her, you know, you need to come to stuff like that, you know, get it out. The only thing she say, she all right, you know, she fine, you know.
You ain't talking about what's going on. You ain't talking about,
McGruber, it was the brother, the son, her son, it was her brother, her son.
I gotta get my
and
charger
their
out my-
best friend.
well,
They found the best friend outside. They found
An
the brother
iPhone.
and the son in the house.
Or could I hook it up
her.
to the computer and charge it? I got a cord.
I try to talk to her and tell her, you know, because I know what you're going through. I've been there. My situation happened.
Oh, I
way
see what you're
before
saying.
that. So, you know, I tried to.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, yeah, let me do that.
You know, she did.
Just put it over there.
well, black people don't even think they need counseling.
Right, exactly.
They don't
Yep.
even think, you know, and that's why the substance abuse come in there. Because it's a stereotype in
This
the
it.
black community where you don't supposed to talk to nobody. You don't supposed to get counseling. But if you have a problem, seems like to me you should take it to the best individual that can help.
Now we're gonna have to wrap this up.
Okay.
The red
needs, your tangible needs on there, and be as
Specific.
liberal as you need to be on there to tell me what your specific need is. I'm gonna take this list back to the Just Leadership Foundation, and we're gonna, from there, develop what, they can do to help with,
Look, I can't answer none of these.
tangible needs and,
I was like, Mr. Lee, let me take a picture while I'm in the light, give me some empty, so I can add on my thing.
take it whatever.
Give me,
You want me to take your picture?
I'm saying, give me an empty one of these.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna take a picture and put on my page.
Okay.
I need an empty one to take, what,
Okay.
price?
Okay.
That's why we don't want to use this, but price and you can change it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing is, I have, would love for us to meet on a monthly basis. And the reason for that, number one, is to kind of keep updated as to what's going on with your cases. And I would love to do, coordinate with, for a group therapy, session or something that we can kind of work through, if you can help, you mind? Okay, so you let us know what your schedule is, and then we'll work around it.
What I mean is after, about this time, it's on a Monday.
Any day? Okay.
Monday, Thursdays, any day except for Wednesday about today.
Okay, and they will, okay, so we'll work around that.
Thank you.
Do you have any call?
I do.
So, yeah, so hopefully, by then we can get some more people. You guys know someone that has lost their children, y'all reach out to some of the others. I've reached out to several people directly. People have reached out to me, they have reached out to Ms. Johnson, but we can't get them to move, so.
The young lady right here, one thing that she said that, oftentimes they're just not ready to deal. And this young lady, what's your name again? Chantel. What's your name again? You're Shakira. What's your name? What's your name?
Oh,
This
Miss
Shamika and her.
Shantara.
And just talk.
Shantara, I'm sorry. I always remember.
I know you. I do. I know you. I'll tell you after we leave.
Okay. I
lost a nephew to gun violence Labor Day 2019, and Marcus was 40 years old. He had just turned 40 years old, July 30th, and an 18-year-old shot and killed him at 6 o'clock. Well, it was 7 o'clock in the morning in Atlanta. Actually, his mom lived in Atlanta. My brother, his father, lived here, but my brother's passed. So he was back and forth from my house to his mom's house all the time. And this young man, 18 years old, they got in an argument at a custom store, and he was just that angry that he left and got a gun, coming back and shot him in the back.
That's how my son, they shot my son.
And with the, like the young lady said, a lot of African Americans, we are stigmatized by counseling and grief, stuff in our grief, and it manifests in other areas. But it should be discussed. And Felicia, there's this national program. It's called Mothers Unite, and I want to introduce you to the young lady that's over there. Her name is Sylvia Stone, and they have team leaders in several different states. They don't have one in Mississippi, to my knowledge. But we'll introduce virtually at some point. But that's what they're about. They're looking for individuals like yourselves and you, young lady, for that platform to be vocal. All of y'all, and to come together. And we got really pretty much have to force a change, because a lot of stuff is just being swept under the rug at our expense. And it's so much that you said is so correct. because there's another reason we as African Americans really kind of don't want to just get out there because we're doing this to each other. You know, the white people are not doing anything to us. You know, all this senseless violence and this killing and, you know, that's among us and ourselves. And so there needs to be a paradigm shift, change with our mindset.
It's going to be a citywide, though,
It
because
has to be, but then this is the thing, what it's weird to me is like if there is some type of, you know, like certain people can call mothers together and they'll come, like a cipher can call them or,
If it ain't drama, they don't want it.
but just somebody that really has their best interest at heart, they won't come.
Right.
But I mean, the major thing that I look at, even with I work in the community daily. Talking to the police is like you talk to that dope. They don't want to deal with your case. They don't want to press charges. If you go to Madison, Clinton, anywhere else you deal with it, they own it.
Yeah.
Jackson is a whole different animal, and it's sad.
And it's from the top all the way down.
Because I know friends.
Yeah. All, yeah,
But they don't want to work. They don't want to do nothing inside that needs to be done.
All of
It
them
needs
are
to come
friends.
talking to you.
And they still have
And
that.
they there for so long.
Right.
They just simply
All of them
And
are
it's so
friends.
sad they had the police department, the African American officers especially, but now that's police department is almost completely African American. They have that mindset that what I say, I don't want to hear anything you got to say. I'm going to do what I want to do, how I want to do it. And I just listen to them when they call themselves giving these little crisis intervention speeches and those kind of things. They lack empathy. They have no compassion for the family.
Well, as I was just telling you, I went to the one that Kenny Stokes had Monday night. Showboy did not come. Tuesday night, I went on the podcast and overcame. That's why I didn't go to the one that they had. But when I looked at it on Facebook Live, Kenny Stokes said this smack in the middle of the pool and Showboy up there, and I went back and listened to it later on that night. That's when I called you and I said, it's police.
So they added him in there?
I told him police, I said,
Oh, they did?
this is rehearsed.
It's for her.
I said, everything that they said Monday night, I literally heard it Tuesday when I wasn't there. I thought it was with
All of this politically motivated.
and none of them have
Making
never
people think that they
spoken
were
on
speaking
none
on
of
this
it.
to the people that were there,
But
and it
guess
wasn't
what?
even
Since
there.
I have stepped in on the ring, and since they know I have been fighting mental illness for 25 years, if you noted, when they was doing the debate for the sheriff, each sheriff starts talking about mental illness. And that's when we was at Jackson State. That's when Shantae went to boom.
And where was this at? Where did you go?
They had,
They had one that they had.
Like a city council meeting?
well, I go with everybody. But I tell you, look, I go where I ain't
They
anybody.
had first at Jackson State, and then they had a couple of them, Felicia Trips, I mean, they had 4 of them on the same day.
They did.
In Jackson State.
No, one was at Jackson
That was
State.
at, that
One
was
was at
at,
Old Temple Church, one was at Old Temple Church.
one was
I
at,
don't know when they gonna be doing these things.
Nobody ever knew.
Right.
They're not doing this because they said that the kid wasn't anybody, so it was just between them, I thought, 'cause I was gonna go.
well, see, my eyes and ears.
She got the police channel on her phone.
Yeah, see, I just told you, I chase this. I'm holding them accountable. You know, matter of fact, I pulled up on the officer the other day, he parked side by side talking to a female. Hey, babe, you on my tax bill, dog. You need to be putting that in driving and moving that. And he turned around to my red. Want me to hit the map? You know, I got a cell phone now. Man, you better get on your job. It ain't none of that slipping no more. Y'all should have left me in retirement. But now I'm back out here now. Everybody get it.
Yeah, 'cause I want to know where to go
You
to
gonna
come
be
to
here
these
to come.
meetings, 'cause I would be there if I
But
knew
you
about it.
don't
I
think
think that's
I'm
why
not
people
going.
not here, because they don't know about it.
Yeah, one of the things that Jackson Leadership Foundation is going to help with in regards to Jackson, Graham Justice, is marketing, so that we can get the word out to the mothers.
Yeah.
I've been doing all of this by myself, and, but now I have
deal with it, don't do.
Yeah,
Cause see, that's what I told Miss
And
Felicia.
what organization you said was partnering with you?
Jackson Leadership Foundation.
Oh, okay, yes.
Jackson Leadership, you familiar with them?
I've heard of it.
Jackson Leadership Foundation, is an umbrella,
Mhm.
and they come alongside smaller, nonprofits.
Right,
And they have a network of resources.
I think I on Highway 8.
No, they're on, State Street,
Oh, okay.
right off of, George Street.
Mhm.
But, Stu Parker's in there. Matter of fact, Rex Baker donated, 2 plots.
Who?
Rex Baker.
Okay, okay.
He donated 2 plots.
Oh, okay.
You know, for a family that doesn't
Right.
have anywhere.
Exactly.
You know, those type of tangible resources we have, you know.
That's good.
So yeah, super excited about that and what we can get done with it. But, and we're doing the Christmas, giveaway. Did y'all sign up? You signed up. You signed up for the Christmas giveaway. Go to the, Family Justice website and sign up for the Christmas giveaway. Ms. Paula, you need to go to the,
And I'm trying to get in contact with my lady Missy. You know, she
Well,
was
I'm
really
sorry.
needs
I think I misunderstood it, Felicia. I didn't sign up. I
You
signed up to
signed up.
participate
You
and
can do
donate.
that too.
Right,
You can
okay,
do that.
yeah, okay.
But yeah,
I'm not technical, I'm domestic. I got nothing to do with it. I don't know nothing about that computer stuff.
Girl, when you look at phone, you know.
Oh, I know, look, this phone is just like a rotary
I'll
dial.
text my number to you.
All time I know I do is
Okay.
say, hello. You know, what you tell my mama, who text you? Well, you weren't trying to get in contact with me, because I take phone calls, I don't take this.
So you like this on this year?
Yes, ma'am,
Seven
several
years
times.
last year?
Yes,
Okay, you gonna do some research, sorry.
yes, yes.
And yours this year as well?
Yeah, in May. But we just buried her in September though. It was a long time.
And Mr. Collins, you like this
This year.
this year as well? A good friend of mine lost her son, the young man and his girlfriend that got killed, execution style in South Jackson. That was my girlfriend's son, and
Execution, what was her name? You said the girl got killed, execution?
both of them.
What's her name?
His girlfriend.
What's her name? Pretty?
Huh?
What's her name? Pretty?
Is one of them?
Pretty. That's her name? Pretty.
She was asking what was the girl name?
They got
What was
shot
the victim's
execution.
name?
I cannot think of her name.
That's what they did to my.
But it was a double homicide, right?
It was, and,
She said it was a double homicide.
and, the victim, violent crime, they had agreed to pay for their services, but then they, paid that $6,500, but they rescinded it and they found a small amount of marijuana in the house. Just
See, I
small.
don't, see, when
Because
they
they
tried to
said-
pull that on me, let me tell you what I told them. I would bring national news down here, cause I told Freddie, I'm gonna.
So they did try to pull that on you?
Chris body, and I'm gonna lay it right on the governor's lawn. And then Ms. Johnson gonna get niggas so when they come, they won't kill.
So you said you have some weed, something you like?
They find any reason not to pay.
It's in the little clause in.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
I see something that said if you.
But they say, it also in the clause, they say victim or claimant. So as us being the claimant, that clause.
But it shouldn't matter, they shouldn't even have a clause in
but
it.
that's the reason why we
Right.
need, that's another
Is
reason
that
why
the young lady?
we need,
Oh,
that's another reason
See, that's
why
her son
we need
and
attorneys.
the young lady. She had just graduated from Mississippi State and he had just
So
left
that they
Davis
know
out
exactly what stuff that
4
we don't
years,
know.
just come out.
There's some loopholes, trust and believe, there are loopholes.
Cause I think they tried to, when my son
I know
passed,
exactly what you're talking
and
about.
everybody was reaching out to me. And a lot of people that I know who family members have been, they were like, they paid for, City of Jackson paid for their family
Oh,
stuff.
I
And
understand.
I'm like,
Now, see, I
well, now
get
they telling
posts
them
on
that they
there.
don't pay
And that's
for
what
it, if
we
they
already
are
people
on
don't
probation,
come.
on parole, or
Yeah, so
anything like
this thing
that.
got-
Stuff, so I'm like, I don't know if it's different,
Do you have an attorney? Do you have an attorney? You don't have.
cause I felt
Did you put that on there?
that the City of Jackson should have paid for
Maybe they
his.
were related or something, or they was friends or something, and then that's why they did it for them.
No, they just said the City of Jackson. Like I know one of my friend girls, she comes
This is
her
it.
brother's a murder, and she said that what they reached out and they were saying the City of Jackson supposed to pay. Cause they like, they pay up to $10,000 or something like that. But they don't, Attorney General, it's the Attorney General office.
That's the.
But they don't take that up to 10,000, I think, over there. It's supposed to be up to 65 now, but back then they was like, back then, you know, they didn't know back then. I mean, that's right, and that puts folks in a bind if they can't, you know.
But this says right here, it says domestic violence temporary housing assistance up to $500 one-time benefit. So they only give you $500 one time? They don't pay for 1 month of housing assistance? And then the next one
And
says
I recall,
domestic violence relocation up to $2,000 for
when I
one-time
went to the
benefit.
police station, this man was protected Carter, he had me sign some paper, he said sign some paper that it's supposed to be with payment or something. I didn't.
That's all we put on file.
You never need to sign anything.
You know, Beverly Apartments right here, that AT&T building across the street.
Yeah.
They talking in the ditch.
You signed it?
Did you sign it?
I signed the paper, the detective had me sign the paper.
You don't never do that.
What, you don't know what it was? He didn't get no copy of it?
They do that when you're grieving.
It's at the
I
house.
think they do that when you're grieving, get you to sign stuff and you don't really know, just sign because you're grieving and you just all over the place and your mind is not
Well,
there.
they said, I said to you, they said that, he wasn't found on the city of Jack Street, but he was found in the ditch. The 18th, where the pole is.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
That's where they found it.
The city, that ditch is the city.
I just said the ditch is the city, cause it's outside the water meter.
It's their right away.
Right.
That water meter right there.
That's what I'm saying,
If
it's
it's a
outside of the
water
water
meter,
meter,
it's not the city of Jackson.
That's-
It's not the city of Jackson, even over the water meter. That don't make no sense. Not until you get where
And
it's
then I'm trying
about.
to see, AT&T, they just upgraded that building when they fixed that Westcom. Don't they got cameras right there and right there by that church? Cause the AT&T building.
The church said they cameras is faced the other
Oh,
way.
okay, cause the church sit on like this right here,
Yeah.
and then AT&T sit like that, you right.
I thought back then, I
It's a
thought.
little short street right there, Belvedere. When you come out Belvedere,
When you go to
it's a
Seacoast,
little dip
like
right
you
there, when
going
you get to
to
the
Seacoast.
second entrance, you can take a left. And that's a dead end street right there.
But can the school get the cameras? Don't
The school on the other side. Yeah, the school, the school,
And I
you got a
thought
whole
that the
nother.
cameras, you know,
They
they got the little cameras up there. I thought they work, they don't even work. So none of those cameras work. They got it.
Exactly what it is.
Yeah, the cameras up on the
Look, them blue,
Don't
I'm talking
work.
police cameras.
And they say, I know what the bathroom in there.
Ain't no way.
They just
Yeah,
want
That's
to
what
start.
I was counting on for them to look and see those cameras at the end of Belvedere on each end. I was counting on them to find the people that came down the street, cause that's where I was standing.
Them down the camera.
Ain't no way.
I've been on those
Cause they
camera.
couldn't see who came into my house and
Yeah,
who
down the camera.
ain't no way.
It's supposed to be a deterrent.
You know, somebody see the lights flash.
Yeah.
maybe
Oh,
change.
man, I'm
Now see,
mad.
right there,
I'm mad.
right there when they got the light in, right there, by Key School, you know, my brother got that thrift store right there hooked onto that store.
Oh, yeah, by
With the
the
boys
gas
be
station
sitting
right there.
furniture and stuff out. That's,
Yeah.
you know, that's my brother. So, he been told me when they was installing
Ain't no
that they
way.
was done.
They done.
Ain't no
Matter of fact,
way.
right before they shut that store down, that you man that got shot there, it didn't even catch him, or it didn't catch the break-ins in Metro PC either. That's why they moved.
So why are they not actually putting cameras on these streets that are riddled with the crime? Why would you put a dummy camera and just, instead of putting a real camera and monitoring this stuff?
I seen it on
But
the
those
camera.
webcams they got on them, those
I
things
told
work.
them on
Those
the
webcams,
camera.
they take all that money.
They only when they come
Yeah.
on, they gotta tell them to turn when that green light is on, then you know it's on.
Yeah.
When the green light is on, not record.
Lamont tell
They
me,
don't make no sense.
They use that.
I'm
And
leaving.
they getting a raise. In the police department, Jackson Police Department is getting a raise. They do not deserve a raise. And if the crime is worse than it was last year, what y'all getting a raise for? You get a raise, y'all done something. to the raise. That's crazy. They don't need to get paid no more. They getting a raise for not doing
Yes,
nothing.
ma'am.
I'm
It's one of
with
these,
it.
28 years of county referral on, my judge wife just made me a call. She trying to get me up to the new sign of time. And she said, the word of mouth and referral, all of that work for you, work for me.
close up here.
You guys suck. I wish I never moved. This don't make no sense. You can't get no protection. Even the cameras is done. They can't even use protection. That's sad.
Y'all want nothing? Nobody wants something? I can come back.
I can't remember when we, I mean, those, y'all better get one of those. Delicious. Okay, you gonna get a little paper.
Let me take a picture with all y'all.
What kind you say?
If I get I'll be someone that's child, I would stay to use protection. This don't make sense. I'm highly disappointed.
Cause like, that's another thing. You know how, okay, some of these victims, how can we get, you know how they got Crime Stop? How can we get Crime Stop to help us for the ones that's not, you know, they put out a reward. But they, so that's what I'm saying, how can we get? Either they scared,
He told me that his brother was driving the car with the boy that killed my son. The daddy grew up with us. And I found out was childhood, I went to the daddy. The daddy tell me to call mom. I called mom. I talked to the mom, I talked to the neighbor, my grandson.
And my brother.
She hung up from with me. They and my son, who was driving to kill him. They killed my boy, my mama. So, guess what?
Young people in actual.
I had to realize, right, I tell you gotta tell people to yourself in the mind.
That's right, that's really, that's really
You in the snake pit.
Exactly.
They put you in a snake pit.
She's trying to get a picture.
And if you don't get smart, they gonna get you.
Sure. Hold on.
You see everybody? Okay. I'm not the only one with a mask on.
All right.
So let me tell you what I had to do. Oh, go ahead.
You want prayer, Sarah, please? Okay.
Dear Heavenly Father, all of us come in with more questions than we need to. We just ask that you would give us answers, that you would give us clarity, that you would give us time to be bold, time to come to you and bow on our knees, Lord, and just confess our faith to you, Lord, and what's been the times that we need to just not be so bold. You know, you have all the answers, and we just, Lord, need your help, need your understanding, need your guidance, and we submit to you. Ask you to instruct us, to guide us, and give us clarity. We thank you for who you are, for what you've done in our lives, and what you're doing. We just know that you are the answer. So we submit ourselves to you and ask that you would go with us now. Just give us the clarity of mind. We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
I think we should
What to do too was, y'all, when y'all get ready to go, we need to go in numbers. You know, this just be one person go.
Okay.
So if if we show up, if 5 of us show up as opposed to 1 of us showing up, then they're more apt to hear us. So even if we just come up with a day like you say Thursday,
Yeah, I think we should.
Thursday, 2 o'clock, we going down to the courthouse. And I'm pretty flexible. As long as I don't have a meeting or anything going on, I'm pretty flexible. But I think that's what we need to do. We need to all go together.
And they'll tell us we gotta have an appointment.
What you say?
You can't let them know you coming. You gotta do that.
They'll tell us we have to have an
Yeah, 'cause
appointment
see-
though.
Yeah.
Cause I just came up, just showed
They
me,
sick
we
of
have to
me.
have an appointment.
They very sick.
But I think we should do this once a month too, like you were saying.
Yeah.
Because then we can let more people know, cause this is my first time doing
Yeah.
that. And then maybe people will start coming the more we come here. We meet.
We need to,
Reach
y'all
out
need to,
to them.
okay, so we need to come up with a day. Today is, what's today now?
15th.
15. Today Monday. I've been doing payroll all day. I got quarters in my mind. So tomorrow, I have meetings already tomorrow, but Wednesday, Thursday, it's good.
Well, I'm good as long as it ain't me.
Yeah.
You And long as they
I'm trying.
What you mean by in the evening? You can't go down there in the evening, though.
Yeah, because they gonna be like, how far in the evening? Because they
Yeah.
gonna be closed.
Oh, you talking about going downtown?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, you just call me, let me know, and I leave my work at the job and then just
So,
shoot
let me
down.
ask you this, so are you going for advocacy, right? Just advocating the laws, and is it for the unsolved crimes or just?
All of them.
All of the casting and dash, like, we need to know what they doing.
Yeah.
I wanna know,
We
I
need to ask
wanna
this
know
question first.
what judge gave them a bone?
You're
And
gonna
maybe,
find out.
and maybe first we should ask these questions to the detectives and then come back and be like, yeah, these were answers.
Yeah.
Maybe you call this and do this first and then come back and say, look, none of ours was answered.
That's a good idea.
And the ones that do that is the same ones that continue on doing it. That's why I just said on West County show, the same thing that the judges do in Madison County and Wright County, Hines County is under the same sections of the law. They can do the same thing. They don't do it.
And Thomas Green been sitting down there forever. She just, all that she doing is doing it.
Well, but
She's all Thomas Green.
but you know what?
Come up with this.
She do this to who she want to. And she do this who she want to. Trust and believe me,
Those attorneys down there will
it is
ask
a
questions.
communication and a buddy thing. Cause guess what? I also know somebody who she didn't like. Probably about 10 people. And they got right at 17 years in prison. So I have seen her.
Well, she giving them 15 years, but that ain't nothing for life.
Know what I'm saying is, I'm talking about for drugs.
Oh. Drugs is a whole different level. We talking about murder, baby, murder was out. Drugs, they get 45 years.
Yeah, but see, that's what you can compare it to.
Yeah.
Because it's been like that too long.
So when we meet Thursday, Wednesday, maybe we
So
should all
what we need
call
to
the
do
news
is,
number and then have the same complaints when we go down
Get
there.
the answers to these questions about.
Well, I know they gonna give you
Listen,
mine, so
I
the
know
first
they're
thing they gonna say is
Listen,
an open
But
investigation.
listen, they're not gonna give us the answers, and that's why we need to go down and be like, we didn't get none of us, all these people together didn't get none of these answers,
And you
these
know what
questions
that
answered.
response
So
gonna be?
then if we all come
It
together
is
saying
an
the same
open
thing,
investigation. And
yeah, but these are
therefore,
the things they're supposed to answer.
but they're
even
not
if
gonna
they're not
answer,
there.
trust me.
They
But
just
you don't
sit
know,
there
everybody call.
with the same complaint.
Everybody call.
My attorney done sent them
I
there.
know, but if everybody call, try to get the answers, and then they can't get answers. So we've been trying to get answers to our cases. We haven't been able to get any answers to our cases, regardless of whether they're open or not. You have the right to know what's going on with your case.
Like I said, I don't know
They
what
were
type of
freezing
gun my son was shot with. Only thing I know that the detective that started out, he told me that he found 380 bullets around my son's body. He's the only one that really
That's why
telling
we
me
need to
anything.
take
Now
a
the
couple days to
detective
ask
is
these questions, and if they don't get answered, then that's the reason for us to go down there and say something. And I can call it
But two
before
or
the written
something,
call,
because it was
that I was
two
on the news
different
with, and
Yeah.
he's passionate
See,
about
I don't even know. All I know is that
Like,
6
all
boys
these
chased
people
my
here to
son.
ask questions, but
And
then
he was shot 7
And
times.
that'll bring some.
I don't know if
See,
it was
I don't
different
even,
guns.
I don't even know anytime I
So
said
can you
it.
call tomorrow and try to?
And so every time when I try to ask him what type of gun, because
Then you call me
apparently
back,
tonight,
tomorrow.
my son was murdered. My husband's car was stolen by the same boy. And my little baby was in the car. So I don't know, that's what it means. I don't know if they use my gun to shoot. Cause the damn detective won't say, he keeps saying that it ain't in, the reports ain't in. So,
Yeah.
But you call tomorrow and check and see whatever they give you. You need to, if they say no, or they don't give you information, then fine.
We all got a concern detective.
Yeah, and that's the point. And that's the point.
I know you too.
Yep. And that's the shame. But that'll bring it, yeah. Exactly. That all these people calling the same people that's not doing their job. Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly. Good thing we met up today, because we all got the same detectives.
So
This
do
is
he
the,
got y'all with that 769 number?
yeah, Detective Caston, Nash.
I got to call the police.
I think so.
Somebody, is that the
Oh, yeah.
769 number?
Yeah, one of them do got a 769 number. I think it is Nash.
They are delicious. I don't wanna mess my.
Just give me one. Oh, I might need something to snack on in the middle of the night. No, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do
My daughter
that.
bakes. And my baby daughter bakes.
Yeah.
These are delicious.
We gonna go out together. Okay.
So do you got, casting number?
No, I ain't got casting on.
Okay, we get
Y'all better get some muffins.
Oh, yeah, we
That's how y'all taking?
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
What in the world? I can eat all these muffins.
230-6091. And I gotta hope my beer shift don't go down.
Oh, that's yours. Anybody want extra water?
Yeah, I get an extra one too.
I got a takeout tray if y'all.
I gotta get my medicine too. Yeah, let me get yeah. And I still gotta get my medicine today. Oh Lord, I haven't got a message that they called it in though. I need to get my medicine today.
You go to the church?
Yeah, get my medicine.
You live down in New Beverly Park?
My mother stayed over there.
Okay, and I live right around the corner. I don't live there.
I forgot what even medicine I was supposed to.
So she stayed on the next
Supposed to
street
get.
from Beverly. You know, it's just right there. She
Getting so
stayed on
much
that
stuff.
street.
The green
So much going
No,
on.
Santa Clara. Yeah, and she
Okay,
had
thank you.
a pathway in her backyard, and they chased her through the pathway.
Miss Green, you want to take that tray? You know what I mean?
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna give me another muffin since I got a tray.
Y'all put,
Take more than.
don't tell no man. You know what I mean? You good? Ain't like that baby to eat. I
I'm
have
gonna get
4, but I just 6 to eat. You're 9? Are you serious?
And you know, and I'm scared to bring more children into this world. I'm just so scared, you know. I don't see myself doing that no more. It's so, and to endure that again, I don't want to. Because I really did want a son, but now,
Did you get out?
yeah, I did. Yeah. All right. Oh yeah, that was my. Yeah, I had another. Oh, there it is. There it is over there.
Okay.
Okay. All right, you guys, y'all be safe.
All right, y'all have a good one.
All right, you too. Put my GPS on. I'm trying to find every meeting that I can go to. Every last time. I'm gonna be there. Oh Lord, doggone mass hurt. I know I'm looking swole up, y'all. I know. Oh man. This gotta be done, man. Told you, Kachi. These fucking detectives out here ain't doing shit. They sitting on their ass, man. And then they treat you like you a nuisance when you call and ask for information. And that's the same thing they was telling me. Oh, it's still an open investigation. But then he'll turn around and say, when I ask him, what do I ask him? Because he'll tell me, he'll say it's an open investigation when I ask him for, you know, updates and stuff. And then he'll turn around and say, oh, when I asked him, has he investigated the witnesses and stuff, and that it was more people that was an accomplice to this, he said, oh, the investigation over. It's over with. We ain't doing no more investigation. It's over. But you just said when I asked you for updates, that it's an open investigation, so you won't. That's what he do, so he won't have to tell me the updates. Oh, it's an open investigation, so I can't tell you this, I can't tell you that. But then when I tell you that there's witnesses for you to look more into shit, well, we done the investigation. It's over. The investigation. We ain't doing no more investigation. It's over with. we got who we wanted, and that's it. But you just said it's an open investigation. Then when I give you somebody, you don't want to do no more looking. It's over with. Because they lazy as fuck. They lazy as hell, man. They lazy here. This don't make no sense. Then this motherfucker gonna try to run for sheriff. I was so fucking mad when I seen that poster posted up that he was running for sheriff. I was so fucking mad. I said, if they vote this motherfucker in, and then somebody told me he can't get voted in, the people can't vote him in, the police department or the sheriff's department elect him. And I was like, man, I was going to get on social media and talk about why we should not vote for this man. This man have not done nothing on my case. And he think because the guy turned himself in, which was no thanks to him, because we gave him all the information on the boy. They couldn't even find the hotel. We gave him the hotel information. They couldn't even find the hotel. My brother found the hotel before they did. They didn't even find it. Matter of fact, they couldn't find it. They called me back and said, now, what was the hotel name? And I spelled it out again. It was the right way I spelled it. Everything. They said they couldn't find it. I was in shock. Like, oh my God, what are y'all good for? Like, we found it before y'all even did. Like, what the fuck? They want us to do all the fucking investigation for them and everything. Just like he told me, I'm going to have to send him my phone records. Because I asked him the same questions that's on this paper. Have y'all subpoenaed the phone records of the phone company from her phone and from his phone? And he said, damn, it don't seem like my light's on. And he said, well, why don't you just give us your records? You got his records? You got, Jamil records? I said, no, but I got my phone records of where people was calling me that was accomplices to this, and they was threatening him. They was threatening me. He was like, well, you send me your phone records. Well, why don't you just go subpoena my phone records? Why I got to go through all of this shit of sending you my phone records and shit? Because they know that you're going to end up just not doing it, because it's overwhelming. You got all this other shit to worry about doing and paperwork you got to fill out, and they know you overwhelmed. So they know you're not going to get around to doing it. And that's what they betting on. They banking on you not being able to have the right frame of mind to do all of this shit. They are supposed to subpoena the records. And then I got to get a lawyer if I want them subpoenaed. And they know you won't got money for a lawyer and stuff like that. They taking advantage of their own fucking people. It don't make no sense. They don't give a fuck. They really don't. They don't give a fuck about their people being murdered in the hood. I don't know what the fuck. They just want to look good in the police uniform. I don't know. But it's trifling. It really is a trifling damn shame. And they not doing nothing about this shit. They don't care. They not passionate about it. And that's what I said to him on the phone. He wouldn't take the shit off of the man Facebook page where my address was on and everything. And I said, if y'all was doing y'all job, it'll be better for you. Y'all just sitting up here not doing nothing. Like, that's gonna make it worse for y'all. Like, you will be more commendable, honored. And it'd be more commendable if y'all was doing some shit. People have nothing but good things to say about y'all. But every time you turn around, everybody's saying some shit about Jackson police. They have a bad reputation. Even when I went to court last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever it was. Yeah, about 2 weeks ago. And they even said that wasn't even in Jackson. They even said that, yeah, you're not going to get nothing done in Jackson. And they was on it. They had went and got went to the address I had told them and everything. Cause they that's like she was saying. Like, them white people be on that shit. Black folks, you can't get them to do shit. That's a damn shame. They ain't even passionate about their own fucking community. That don't make no damn sense, man. Don't make no damn sense. They just want a paycheck. And look good in a police uniform and get some fucking accolades they ain't deserve. This man really fucking running for sheriff because I guess he got my daughter's homicide under his belt, and these women, these people under their belt, they catching these people. You did not catch no motherfucking body. He turned himself in, and we gave you information. Y'all couldn't even find the shit. He turned himself in. I told them that my child had been shot a whole month and a half before they got back with me. on it. I'm waiting around for these people to have an answer or get something. I ain't know what else to fucking do. If I call the police and they didn't do nothing about it, the lawyer said that it's nothing that I can do about it. You can't sue the police for not investigating the crime. You cannot sue them. I think that in itself is fucking stupid. Why this motherfucker on my ass like this? Let me make sure my GPS ain't still on. I like that shit. What the fuck? Why did you grab me like that? You got open lanes. Paperwork and shit is all out of the way, man. I'm tired of fucking paperwork. I don't want to look at no more fucking papers. I'm so sick of papers. Questions and shit. Just this and sending that and sending this. Oh my God. They don't want you to do it. That's why it's so much and so hard trying to get it turned in and stuff and getting this and getting that, and it's they banking on you not having the fucking energy to do it. They don't even give you the stuff. You got to go out looking for this stuff, this information. They don't even give it to you. They have a list of all the fucking families, name by name, of all the families of these victims. So why they not reaching out to us? Do you have this? Do you have that? Well, I need to send you this paperwork, or go on this website and get this paperwork, get that, get this. They ain't doing shit, man. They don't give a fuck. Mississippi is trash. Straight garbage. Trash box. Shit don't make no damn sense. This is a fucking dusty ass, trash ass town, man. This don't make no fucking sense, bro. That is ridiculous. I don't want to see another country motherfucker. I swear, like, I don't even want to be like that, but I swear I want to go back to the fucking city, or either just somewhere that's just, I don't know. I don't even know, because it's bad everywhere. It's fucked up everywhere, but oh shit. Ain't got no lights on the back of that fucking car. You towing the car and ain't got no back lights. And I ain't got no horn to blow at their ass. I don't like not having no horn. Somebody tried to come over on me yesterday. I couldn't even blow. That shit dangerous, man. I don't like not having no horn, man. I got some fuses for it, but they said it's in my computer. It's not a fuse to go in the fuse box for it. It's in the computers. So you got to look into the computer and get them to do something to the computer. Some shit that's probably going to be expensive. I don't fucking know. But I tried to get the fuse for it to get it done. But it's just, everything got to be so motherfucking hard, bro. I'm fucking tired of this shit. I can't wait till my shit take off and shit changes. I cannot wait. This shit here, this is not it. This is not it. I want to live in a great neighborhood, gated neighborhood, police everywhere. I just cannot wait. I don't even want to fucking be in Jackson. I hate Jackson with a passion. I don't want to be nowhere in Jackson. Nowhere. I would never come back to Jackson. Never. My daughter got murdered here too. I don't even want to be here. Honestly. I don't want to be in this place, bro. So tired of Jackson. What to do. Get stuck in Jackson, boy. Get stuck in Mississippi. Don't get stuck in Mississippi. Don't have no baby with nobody in Mississippi, because you'll be stuck in this country ass town. You'll get stuck here. not want to be stuck in Mississippi. This shit here pathetic. Sure hope these fucking gas prices go down. This shit get ridiculous. $3.19 for regular gas. That shit. $3.19. That shit is inflation like it. It's too much. Oh. Literally running around handling business. I don't just be doing stupid shit and just not doing nothing. I promise I be handling business. I got so much to be doing though, and I still need to just sit down and take a break. I just be glad when this paperwork stuff is all over and I got some another packet of paper I got sent the other day. I don't even want to look at it. I took the staple out of it yesterday and I was just dreading it. Like, oh my God, I don't even want to look at this shit. I just want to watch YouTube and just watch shit and just not do nothing. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm just drained. All of that. If y'all only knew what else I've been going through, I don't even talk about. If y'all only fucking knew. Should nobody be going through this. Nobody. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. I wouldn't wish this on nobody, man. Should nobody have to go through this. Nobody. Oh, Lord, I'm tired. Oh, Lord, I'm tired. Well, I'm finna get off of here. Y'all. And I'll talk to y'all later. I don't even know if there's anybody on here but a Kaji. Okay. Can you believe it's dummy cameras, police dummy cameras? They ain't even fucking real. I cannot believe that. I cannot wait to talk about this shit. I can't even believe that. Because I was actually thinking that those cameras at the end of my street is going to save my daughter. That's going to tell me who came in and out of that street that day. I really was. That's why he didn't want to tell me. Because I asked him, have they looked at them cameras? Oh, we can't give them information. It's always that when I ask them, have they done shit? Because they don't want to let me know they dummy cameras. Ain't no fucking way. No way, bruh. No way. They're not even securing the fucking hoods. They're not even securing us. That's crazy. And the people know they dummy cameras. And everybody find out. Who gonna stop them from doing shit? Who is you fooling? Not the people that's in the hood that already know this shit already. They're gonna be like, oh, these motherfucking cameras ain't real shit. I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do. Like, what the fuck are you preventing? The fuck? Shit whack, man. Shit whack. Alright, I'm gonna go for real. Get up here. Shit, I can't fucking see. I hate driving at night. Lord, I hate this shit. I do not like driving at night.